Okay, so I'm going to shoot a little how to assemble an Alaffia basket display. These are the parts, and if you lay them out on a table, it makes it easy to get started. There's two sticks. The one with a label on it is the top, and the one with no label is the bottom, and you can tell the very bottom because it has two holes in it. And these plates here make up the splice, which is going to join the two pieces together. And you'll see there's two kinds, the males and the females. And then they'll be held together with these bolts, and there's another set of bolts for these metal plates, which are going to be the leg. And if you lay them out so that they're oriented with the triangle up, that way's up, you'll see that there's two kinds. There's the kind with the hole toward the top, and there's the kind with the hole toward the bottom. And then the other part are these dowel rods, which will become the arms. So we start by putting the base on the stick. Lay these out. There's 4 of them. And there's ones with high holes and ones with low holes. And on the bottom of the stick, there's a low hole and a high hole. So let's just start with the low holes. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. And you put one on, and they go like that. They go with the up part facing up, and the bottom part goes there, and the little tab sticks out the side. And one goes on that way, and then turn it over, and the other one goes on like that. And put the wing nut on, not very tight, just loose, because we need to wiggle in these other guys. And then take another, one of the high hole ones, and it goes, and there's a tab, and it goes into the hole there, and it goes over that one, and then put a bolt through. And you kind of got to hold it together with your hand while you flip it over again, and hopefully you can see, we're going to put the last one in, and it just does the same thing. It goes in. It's hard for me to show you in videotape and do it, but it goes in like that and goes over its little tab, and then we put its wing nut on, and then if you wiggle them around a little bit, make sure that everybody's in the right place. You can go ahead and tighten down the wing nuts and kind of make sure they're all seated nicely. And tighten the wing nuts. And if you have a little pair of pliers, you go ahead and tighten those wing nuts down good. They don't need to be super tight, but there's the base. And sometimes the floor is not quite level, and you can just flex it a little bit and get it to seat down and get a nice solid stand there. And that's the bottom. And hopefully the videotape got all that. And now we're going to go and put on the next section, which is this little splice right here. And I'm going to have the same issue, so I'm going to do it again on the floor. But we're going to get our 1, 2, 3, 4 little guys all the same. Or not all the same, actually. 2 and 2. And the screws. And I'm going to do it on the floor because I don't have a tripod. So let me get that pointed. Okay. And now it's probably obvious, but that's the top. And I like to start with, it doesn't really matter actually, totally doesn't matter. I use the males, because I'm male. Start with the males, and one goes on one side and one goes on the other, and then put a wing nut on, sort of loosely, so there's still a little bit of float, and a little bit tighter than that. Because we're going to put this now up on top of this stand, and hopefully that will get there. Okay. Hopefully the camera won't fall over So this, now there's another hole here you can see, and this goes on either side of that hole, because that hole is going to be for the bottom, for the next piece. And that'll stay there. It helps to keep a hand on it maybe so it doesn't fall. And then the next piece clips over like that. Just clips over the little tabs, and we put the bolt through. And then on this side, we put the other bolt and tab. And then tighten that wing nut down. And now you can go ahead and tighten up your wing nuts. And if you have wrenches and pliers, you can really get these tight. But you know, it's pretty solid, even with it just hand tight like that, with no tools. And now the last step is to put in the pegs. And the pegs are, you know, they're just pegs. Their ends have been deburred a little tiny bit, but here's a hole. And you want to put the peg in the hole. And it goes in, it's hard to do this with the camera. It doesn't go in straight, it goes in at an angle, about like that. And you have to brace your hand, and it helps if you kind of twist it a little bit, like that as you go in, and get it in there pretty good. So it's solid. And then go ahead and I'm going to put the rest of them in. So again, I like to brace with my hand on this side, get this lined up, and I find it easiest to turn away from myself, to kind of just like push in and turn a little bit and get that in there nice. You know, it's not necessary that it gets all the way in there, and if you do have a little hammer at your disposal, a little tap on the end will seat that quite nicely, but it's not totally necessary. And we do that 6 more times. Basically everywhere you see a hole, there's 8 of them. And that is a basket display. Base, two arms. And then the baskets obviously just hang on the arms. And that's it.